What's going on? Jebb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live, guys. This is the show where we go live 9:30 Eastern every single weekday to bring you the latest technical, on-chain, and fundamental analysis of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets. And boy, is this going to be a very exciting stream. We got some big announcements in this stream that you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned for that, but also stay tuned for the analysis that we're about to do on Bitcoin, because not only has Bitcoin categorically pretty strongly broken some very strong resistance, namely at $46,000, as it did yesterday. It's continuing in that direction. We've also seen that Ethereum has broken above its critical level of resistance at $3,300. It's currently sitting at $3,450. And then we see that ADA, Cardano, is currently sitting at $1.22, which is a major level of resistance in its own right. And if it's able to get above that level, then all three of the major cryptocurrencies that we follow quite a bit on this channel are going to be in straight up blue sky breakout. And we are very excited about that. There's quite a lot to break down on the technical front. By the end of this stream, you're going to be walking away with a better understanding of where Bitcoin has come from, where Bitcoin is, where crypto is going as a whole, and why that might take place. But before we get to all of that, I need to introduce to you our co-hosts, and the first one is T.A. Tim. How you doing, Tim?
What's up, everybody? It's that day comes every year right after your birthday. And you have to think about how your birthday was. And this was a very non-special birthday of being 28. There's nothing special about being 28. You know, everyone asks you how you feel. Do you feel 28? I don't know what that means, really. I've got a little birthday hangover this morning, I think. But it was fun. It was a good day, good full day of work.
Hangover.
Birthday hangover. Not from drinking. That's, I guess that would be needed to say.
I was about to say.
Those who know me know that.
I was going to say, you don't like alcohol.
That would be the day, if Tim comes in the office saying he has a hangover, that would be the day.
I would think that
either Tim if Tim came into the office with a hangover, we'd know last night was either a really good night or a really bad night.
I would think the worst night in the world just happened if I find out that he
just guys know. I have nothing against people that drink. I just don't drink. Well, and it's not because of a moral thing. It's because I don't like the taste.
No, he has something against me.
Yeah, it's only Smay, actually.
Oof. Well, we're also joined as always by Kelly. How are you doing, Kelly?
Oh.
Hello, Kelly.
You're not
Got it. Sorry, my bad. All good, man. I slept, after coming back from Tokyo, this morning is the first morning that I've woken up in a week and a half, 2 weeks now, that I finally feel like I'm over my jet lag. I was a little sick towards the end of last week, and we've been filming so much content, and I cannot wait for the announcement later on in the stream. I've got a bunch of incredible on-chain metrics I'm happy to share with everybody today, and I'm just excited. I hope everybody's happy and feeling passionate about what's going on in their lives, and if not, I hope that we can inspire that a little bit. And a lot to talk about in the market today.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're also joined as always by Smay, who is the final person I have to introduce. Welcome to the show, Smay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna sing a song for our members.
Ooh,
I've got
that was a good little riff.
That sounded great.
That was a
got
great
some
little
people in the chat with green names. I've got Elliot Locke and the Bitcoinologist, Elliot Locke and Crypto Alchemist, Cameron.
He's on fire!
We got Sultan of Salt and Silver Dollar. We got Crypto Sec Guy and TZ. We've got some others here that I want to see. We got Why You Loud and Adam Rorick, Tom Post and the Bitcoinologist again. We got Mike Markle and Ricardo Venegas, Crypto Red Fox and Agent Gold. And we got some more down here lower. We got Relax Monster, Matt C, Colin McDonald.
What?
And we got some more. We got Siobhan Golay.
Did you say your mom go away?
We got Siobhan Golay and Cryptoffer.
Oh my gosh.
And we got another one coming here soon. We got Lucas Jazgalowski and Grand Roofing Incorporated. And we got Christopher Malvo and some more that I want to say, but I'm running out of time, baby. I love you.
Can I say something real briefly? Somebody asked in chat. They asked if this was a YouTube plaque, and it is. It's the 100,000 subscriber YouTube plaque that we got last year, and I wanted to shout out Crypto Jebb for being such a incredibly diligent person with the channel over the last 3, 4, almost 5 years now, and he's done an excellent job. And we're looking forward. Our goal this year is we're hopefully we want to hit 500,000 or more, hopefully 1 million. So hopefully you'll be seeing a gold one of these here at the end of this year. That would be wonderful.
You know, it's funny.
Thanks to all you guys that watch us and follow and hit the like button. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Kelly. By the way, somebody said in chat, Smay's got them pipes because he can sing, and that's actually absolutely accurate. You know, Kelly, the reason that I put that so high is because I left room for the gold plaque whenever we get it.
Ooh,
I did. When I hung the silver play button, I hung it so high. That's why it's hard to see in the frame, because he's in my office, for anybody who doesn't know. He's in my private office. I hung it so high so I put the gold plaque below when we inevitably get that. So, yeah.
You know, the coolest thing about this, though, is the way they did it. The play button, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but it has a mirror. So if you're looking at it, you basically see yourself on the deal. It's really cool, but it's really nice that they did that. And it's, you know, I've been in crypto for almost 6 years now, five plus. And, you know, I started watching Jebb back when he had about maybe 2,500, 3,000 followers. And so it's just really nice to see the channel growing this far. And, you know, I feel honored that I can be here and share my thoughts with everybody now. So I'm really looking forward to us hanging up the million person plaque here in the office, not because we care about the number, because our entire goal is to make sure that we can help contribute value to your lives. It's not about making money. It's not about, you know, the amount of projects we turn down on a weekly basis from different, you know, specific coins asking to pay us to sponsor, to basically to talk about. We don't do any of that. So this is all about every one of you viewers out there. So I just hope you all find some bit of value from the channel. We really appreciate you all.
We really appreciate you, Kelly. Thank you so much for watching and following the channel for the last 4 years, and, you know, being on staff with us for the last 8 months or so. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. And by the way, guys, the last 4 years and 5 months and 14 days of the channel existing have been absolutely crazy. I have had my life completely changed, and I've watched a lot of other people's lives completely change during that time. And I want you to know that we have an announcement that's going to be coming up at the top of the hour. You're only 23 minutes away from hearing what we're going to talk about. And that announcement marks the next chapter. This was all chapter 1 of the Crypto Jebb story, and the thing that we're building here, a new chapter is about to begin, a chapter that's been being written for the last year and a half. We've got a very, very special announcement that we cannot wait to share with you, but you're going to have to wait for that because we have a market recap to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's trading at $47,500 and change. It's actually around 47.8, 47.9, so let's give CoinMarketCap a refresh. Only up 1% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum up 3% over the last 24 hours. You can see Cardano's down 1.17% over the last 24 hours. If you looked at CoinMarketCap an hour ago, then you would have seen that these numbers were much higher. They were up around 9-10%. Well, the reason that happened is because the big breakout that just happened on Bitcoin happened almost exactly 24 hours ago, and we just passed the 24-hour mark. So we're not seeing that it was this giant rally anymore because we just passed the 24-hour mark a little while ago. The point is, though, we are seeing major gains on all of these markets. We can see it in the 7-day. On the 7-day, Bitcoin's up 11%, Ethereum up 15%, Cardano up 25%. A couple of takeaways here. Number one, don't forget market capitalization just surpassed $2 trillion for the first time in many, many moons. We have not seen a $2 trillion market cap, a sustained $2 trillion market cap, since back here in January, about mid-January, around January 13th, 14th. That was the last time we saw Bitcoin above $2 trillion, and it was on its way down to $1.6 trillion, the crypto market capitalization, that is. Now that we're above $2 trillion market cap, that's a pretty big psychological barrier that we have now broken through. In just the last 15 days, we have added $500 billion in market cap. So if you think that Bitcoin is boring right now, I implore you, we just saw $500 billion of market capitalization flow into Bitcoin and crypto in the last 2 weeks. That's a pretty big deal. Now, something else that's very significant is the fact that many of the altcoins are actually rallying much quicker than Bitcoin is. Take note here, Bitcoin's rallying 11%, but Ethereum, number 2, is up 15%. We got Cardano up 25%, Solana up 25%. I'm being general here. I know it's not exactly 25, but it's close. Luna's up 11%, Dogecoin up 20%. In fact, if we look at the last 7 days, you got Zilliqa, Gnosis, Loopring, Waves, Convex Finance, Filecoin, Hollow, Thorchain, Chiliz, which Chiliz, actually, their parent company, just signed a deal with Messi, greatest soccer / for the rest of the world football player that there is right now. VeChain's up 40%, Axie Infinity up 40%, ApeCoin up 40%, Aave up 30%, PancakeSwap up 30%. What's the point here? The point is that we are seeing a massive, massive, massive run in the altcoin space. The reason that's significant is something we're going to talk about quite a bit today, but I want to briefly just tell you the reason. The reason that that's significant is because it shows that people are confident enough in Bitcoin that they're willing to take an even greater risk on an altcoin. The reason that that's significant is because it speaks to the market sentiment. It speaks to confidence in this Bitcoin rally. It speaks to the fact that people are not just selling Bitcoin the second it gets into profit, which a lot of people are now in profit as it's sitting close to $48,000 compared to where they were recently. A lot of people are at their break-even point, but instead of selling, what a lot of them are doing is they're taking some of that dry powder that was sitting in Tether and USD coin and Terra USD, and they're buying Bitcoin and they're buying altcoins. That's a very, very good sign. It speaks to the health of the market, speaks to the rigidity of the market, and I do believe it means that we are primed and ready for a major opportunity to rally. By the way, guys, today's show is brought to you by LuxAlgo, so make sure to sign up for LuxAlgo with the link in the description box down below. It is my favorite technical indicator. I use it every single day. You're about to see me do some trend analysis with it here on Bitcoin. So before you sign up for it, feel free to take a look at what we're doing with it, how we're going to use it, but it is worth your money. Use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, for 20% off at checkout. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Bitcoin now. Take a look at what's going on here. As you know, Bitcoin was in a rising wedge. I'm going to do a quick recap for anybody who hasn't seen the last couple of shows. Bitcoin was in a rising wedge. These statistically break to the downside. The fact is it did not break to the downside. Instead, Bitcoin broke to the upside. There's a 30% likelihood it'll break to the upside, 70% likelihood it'll break to the downside. We took the less likely, more bullish option and broke up. Then we went into a symmetrical triangle pattern right here with Bitcoin trading between 44 and 45, and then we broke up out of that with a lot of vigor. We saw Bitcoin in the span of just a couple of hours rallying from 44.8 all the way up here on the wick, 6% in 4 hours. 6% in 4 hours. Remember, in most years pre-pandemic, the stock market would gain on average 8 to 10% in a year. We saw a 6% rally on Bitcoin in 4 hours. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's so boring, there's no volatility, how could I ever make a trade in this market? I'm here to tell you that's just not true. There is plenty of opportunity to make trades in this market, especially considering we're starting to go into proper trends right now instead of most of the sideways action that we were seeing back over here in the beginning of March. Now we actually have a trend that we can be trading the swings on. So that's a very good sign for any of you traders and another reason to get LuxAlgo because it's going to help you figure out those trends. So quick overview, some of the things that we're looking at right now on the long-term macro timelines are how is Bitcoin going to get back to all-time high? That's something that we're very interested in. And what are the steps to getting there? That's something we're very interested in as well. The first step that Bitcoin had to take, and I talked about this for weeks, I've talked about this for months actually, is Bitcoin needed to set a new higher high above 46,000. Now back over here, we talked about how it needed to get above 42,000. It did, but then it set 46 as a high. Ever since then, that has been the local high that Bitcoin has set. So we needed to get above that, so we were setting higher highs because what is an uptrend? An uptrend is quite simply a market with higher highs and higher lows. If we see the market is doing this number, making higher highs and higher lows, we're in an uptrend. If we see the market doing this number where there's lower highs and lower lows, then we are in a downtrend, and we don't want that. We want to be in an uptrend right now because Bitcoin is undervalued in my opinion. So how do we do that? We set higher highs and higher lows. But there's also several other technical confirmations, such as out on the 3-daily chart, we have LuxAlgo flashing a buy signal that we have only seen happen 12 times in history. This is number 13. 11 of those 12 have resulted in an average 50% rally to the upside. The one that did not result in a rally only resulted in a 7% loss. So LuxAlgo confirmed buy signals out here are remarkably, remarkably powerful. You should definitely check out LuxAlgo. Now, let's talk a little bit about the shorter term technicals down here on the 4 hour, because I talked about the long term stuff yesterday, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more here in a bit. But I want to look more specifically at what's going on the shorter term time frames, because I know you guys want to know where are we going from here. Well, there's a couple things to point out. Number one, we are in a symmetrical triangle pattern right now. This symmetrical triangle pattern looks much the same as what we saw happen back between March 25th and March 27th. This triangle pattern broke to the upside following the trend that we would expect. We could have drawn a price target right here that would have told us that we were going to 47,600. Well, we went to 47,700. So this symmetrical triangle pattern broke out exactly the way it would have been predicted by TA. If we did the same thing in this case, then we would see Bitcoin rally all the way up to $50,150. But what's the likelihood of that? Is Bitcoin going to be able to break to the upside like that? Is it going to be able to build the momentum and the power that it needs to actually push up towards $50,000 during a climate of uncertainty geopolitically and economically, with raising interest rates, with conflict in Europe, and with everything else going on around the world? That's the million-dollar question right now, quite literally, or maybe we should say the $52,000 question, because that's where we want to see Bitcoin get to. Well, there's a few things to talk about here. Number one, when we're looking at trends, it's not a bad idea to look at Lux Algo, which is, in my opinion, the best trend indicator that you can use. Lux Algo right now is under a sell signal. This sell signal does not necessarily mean we're going to go into a big drop, but it does mean that we're going to have to reconfirm and get a new buy signal. The last strong buy signal we had that was confirmed on the 4-hourly chart was right here. This was a very good strong buy signal because from there until the sell signal, we rallied 16%. Now, you might be wondering, Jebb, did you just ignore these two signals? I did not. These two signals were not confirmed because trend catcher stayed green. You see this line right here? That is how we confirm whether a buy or a sell signal has actually taken place the way we want it to. If we see a buy signal, but the trend catcher stays red, then we don't let that be confirmed. If we see a sell signal, but trend catcher stays green, then we don't confirm that. That's why I say confirmed buy and sell signals. This was the last confirmed buy signal, rallied 16% in the span of about 7 days. Now we have a sell signal. The question is this sell signal going to lead to a drop down to 46, or can we move to the upside? Well, if we look here on the, let's see here, MACD, we can see MACD is converging bullish on itself. That's a great sign. I want to see it break to the upside. We also see the Lux Oscillator has converged bullish on itself and it's currently green. That's also a good sign. RSI is currently sitting on its 14-hourly moving average right here, which if you didn't know, about 3 months ago, TradingView updated RSI to have a 14-interval moving average going through it, which is very helpful. It shows you when who's in charge, the bulls or the bears. And we can see right now that the RSI is actually above that trend line for the first time in about a day and a half. So that's a pretty good sign. We're sitting at 60. That means that the bulls are a little bit weaker than they were, but they are still in charge. So, Tim, I want to ask you the question. Do you personally believe that Bitcoin is supposed to go to $52,000 right now based on what we're seeing down on the shorter term time frames? And is it feasible for us to go there that quickly? Do we need a retracement first?
I think so. And the reason why is because, and I won't even go through all of it on the screen, but Smay, you can go to my screen. TD Sequential has been calling for a reversal on the daily chart, but I went back and looked at other charts, and it's not calling on all of them. I think that we might have, at the moment, almost like a hype-driven, despite the fact that there are indicators kind of showing signs that we need a reversal, I don't think we're going to have it happen yet, and I want to use RSI as an example of that. So first of all, you guys know I like divergences, but just look at this RSI level on the 4-hourly chart here, 84. That's ridiculously high, right? So a lot of people will use RSI alone to say, oh, 84, that's a high mark. I'm a little skeptical. Maybe I should go ahead and sell. We have been comparing this whole situation back to the end of the summer of 2021, and I want to go back and show you guys similar price action and RSI action that happens over there. But just so you know, right now, RSI is high. It came back down. It did have a high peak, but we don't have this is starting to form bearish RSI divergence, or that's technically, let me look at the price real quick. No, it's actually not. As weird as that is, we don't have bearish RSI divergence, excuse me, and I want to show you why I think bearish RSI divergence will form, but it's not going to happen yet. So if I come all the way back here, staying on the 4-hourly chart, to the rally that we had at the end of this accumulation phase. So again, even though they look different, we've compared this whole accumulation phase to what we just went through. And look at this mark right here where we hit 85 in the RSI. Look at the price action right here. This is what happened. We had a dip and almost immediately jumped back up on the 4-hourly. So all of this happened within a day and a half. And then we rallied continuously up while the RSI worked its way down. This was during the rally when we got back up to all-time high. We rallied back up all the way to 53, came back down, and then rallied all the way all-time high. But my point here is, again, there's a reason I made this point, is a lot of people looked at this point right here and said, okay, it's time for it to come back down. We did have a 4-hour period where we had a good little red candle right there. You guys can see, if I zoom in on for you, we peaked, had that peak on the RSI, had a red candle, but almost immediately within the next day, rallied back up. I think we could see something similar happen. Let me go back to our current thing. I think we could see something similar happen where we have one 4-hour window where we actually have, where we're coming all the way back over. Here we go. We have one 4-hour window that might bring us back down in this region of around 46.7, 46.5, but then we spike right back up to 52 before Friday. And I think that what we might see happen is a longer time frame bearish RSI divergence play out. But I do think that 52, as Jebb just asked, I think 52 is actually the number we're looking at. 51, 52 is the number we're looking at before we see a minor retracement, come back down. And it's not just 46 that people should be worried about. It might actually be 45, but that's okay because that was the top of this zone of resistance. Come back down, test that zone of resistance, let the whales and institutions, because that's what they want, to pick up more supply. Hopefully you as retail investors do the same, and then we shoot up, and that's when we start talking about 60s and so on, and further bullish movement. But right now, as many things as I'm seeing on the charts saying that there's time for reversal, a lot of the reversals are actually showing that, hey, we're calling for reversal soon, but the price still has a little more upside to go before we have that reversal.
Boom. Well, thank you so very much for that, Tim. What we're going to do now is I'm going to throw it to Kelly because he's got some on-chain stuff he wants to show us, and then we're going to go into our discussion. We're going to answer some super chats here in about 5 minutes. So if there's anything you've got really on your mind and you want to make absolutely sure that we see it, make sure to drop a super chat. That really helps to support the channel. We thank you so very much for all of the super chats that have already come in. We're going to be reading those soon. And we have a special announcement for you at 10, which is going to be really fun. So look forward to that. But before we get to all of that, let's also throw it to Kelly. And then here in a second, we're also going to look at Cardano and Ethereum, just so you know. Let's go ahead and do it.
Wonderful. So I'm just going to first, I want to start with the chart. I mapped this out quite a while ago, and I'm just watching it play out. And I just mimics everything both you gentlemen said. You know, the target I have right here is basically the bottom of that golden pocket of resistance on the golden retrace coming down from the all-time high, which is about 50,700, and having the retest, which we're really wondering when that retest is going to happen down at the 45.5 level. So I'm just pointing this out because this lines up perfectly with what you said. But what I really want to show is I did a tweet yesterday and I put together a bunch of on-chain metrics and basically, illustrated them to basically highlight the point that the data is showing. Not that I'm seeing, not that I'm trying to pull out. It's not biased. This is literally just looking at the correlation between what's happening with the on-chain data and what's happening with the price. And essentially here we can see, and you mentioned it before, people are about break even. Well, you can see right here where this last little green dot is right here that if I were to zoom in on this on Glassnode in the workbench area, the price has actually broken this pink line. This pink line is essentially what's known as a short-term holder cost basis, meaning this is the average price at which short-term holders have bought in. And we have now broken above that, which is a very bullish thing because when you're below the short-term holder cost basis, it leads to a higher probability that those short-term holders, which are already highly probable to sell, when the price is below the average entry for short-term holder cost basis, the further you get away from it, the more likely you're going to have further downside. And so we've broken back above that, which is basically the start of essentially bullish momentum coming in that is in equanimity from not only long-term holders, but also short-term holders. This right here is basically the number of accumulation addresses, and if you look at these charts, I have the basically info blurb on the bottom describing what this really is, so you can look into that. But I basically just went and I highlighted each time we have an explosive uptick in the accumulation addresses here, and it correlated right to where the price action actually has very strong, momentous, bullish moves happen on the price. And we essentially have had this being very strong bullish divergence on the accumulation addresses as opposed to the price action having been flat. And now we're starting to see that sort of play out in price action with upside action. The next thing I wanted to show is this is a dormancy flow, the entity adjusted dormancy flow. So rather than just every wallet out there, it consolidates those wallets and basically looks at more unique institutions and individual people, so you're not getting a skewed sort of data set, because if you have one institution that has 100 wallets, that shouldn't adjust to on-chain metrics when you look at the entity adjusted, because it basically narrows it down to unique essentially entities. And this same thing, we're having this very strong push on this oscillator here, showing that every time that this basically breaks out, it's also correlated with at least a local bottom, that then price doesn't necessarily have to go directly up from there, but it shows that at least it's not essentially going to go down. In this case, it went up, and I remember measuring this. It doesn't look large as compared to this, but when we were in this time frame, this was like a 65 or 80% move up before it kind of retraced a little bit, went flat, and then continued on with the bullish uptrend. And we basically broken out of this, and it's in line with the other metrics that we've shown. And then this, you can see all the data here But essentially, the price is not only broken, as I showed on the first chart, going above the short-term holder cost basis, but now we've also broken above the 55-week moving average, amongst other things. And these are essentially some price bands that are based on fibs as it relates to the realized price. And this is just showing, this is in my favorite word, confluence with all the other on-chain data metrics. Now, it is important, and I did actually post this follow-up tweet that goes with it. With all this bullishness, to be clear, I still expect a likely some more bullish upside before a rejection and a retest of 45.5. So although there's a lot of bullishness, I think that is pinned up and ready to shoot to the upside, I do think it's very likely that, excuse me, that we are going to get this retrace and come back down and touch this at some point. So don't get over exuberant. Don't do a whole bunch of leverage longs. Don't put yourself in a position until we really get above this level. That's when you can get a little bit more exuberant about the positions you're taking. And the last thing, and I'm only going to show this because it's going to support some of the news we're talking about. And this is, there's been a huge uptick in addresses with over 1,000 Bitcoin. And look at this uptick. This isn't just a slight up. This is even a parabola. This is an absolute star shot from where it was to, and this is directly in line with everything that's going on geopolitically in Eastern Europe with Russia and Ukraine, as well as other things that have been happening geopolitically with Canada and just the massive news narrative. But we can dive into that in a little bit more detail when we go into the news. But that's what I'm seeing on chain. I'm seeing a huge support that's been culminating for the last 4 months, that's starting to matriculate and spill over into the price action and to support that bullish upside momentum.
Matriculate, that's an interesting word. I got to figure out what that means. Kelly, that was great, dude. I love looking at some on-chain metrics and looking back at them and doing the historical analysis and saying, look at how this has been predictive. Wonderful, my friend. Thank you so very much for that. Let's go ahead and read some super chats. Well, I think we have about 3 of them, and then we got a special announcement.
We got a good amount. Yesterday we missed one. Ewan Kenobi said DXY is going up. So what?
Ewan?
Ewan. I said this before.
You did do this
I
before.
Want to say, I wanted to say the Star Wars name.
Back to you,
Jebb.
It's a joke between Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You know, I woke up this morning saying, Tim, you're not going to mess up names. You're not going to mess up names. You're not.
Hey, it's not Tim. It's Time.
Time Warren.
Time Warren.
DXY is going up with
Warner.
Bitcoin. Is that odd?
DXY is going up with Bitcoin. Is that odd? No, that's probably part of the reason Bitcoin's going up, because the DXY is, if DXY is going up, it means the strength of the dollar. It's not strange because short-term correlations between DXY and Bitcoin are difficult to ascertain. The real way that the DXY, which I'm not really the biggest fan of the dollar currency index, to be honest with you, the Dixie, it's better than nothing, but the inflation of the dollar is kind of a longer-term game. It's something that you can't, that I haven't found a lot of success doing analysis on. Hey, look at what's happened in the last week with the inflation of the dollar. The inflation of the dollar takes a lot longer than that. The strength of the dollar takes a lot longer to change. So I haven't done much research into the correlation between the two, but off the top of my head, with an understanding of the way inflation works, I wouldn't put too much stock in short-term.
I don't know. I'm just going to bring this up really quickly to show. I'm looking at the daily of the U.S. dollar index. I mean, look at this. This is a pretty steep decline on the Dixie, and you're right, Jebb. It's not a direct correlation on a move 1-for-1. If the dollar goes down this amount, the Bitcoin's going to go up, and vice versa. But in terms, if you look at macro trend correlation, definitely has a very strong correlation. Anytime you've seen massive bull runs on Bitcoin, you'll also see a fairly elongated downtrend on the Dixie. So even if things sometimes move in tandem, it doesn't mean it actually speaks to how strong Bitcoin is right now if the dollar's going up and Bitcoin's going up at the same time, because the second we get that pullback, it might be the launching point.
That's exactly right. I wasn't saying that the Dixie and the US and the Bitcoin are uncorrelated in the long term. They definitely are. I was saying in the short term, when you're looking at the matter of days, it's difficult to draw perfect correlations between that. But I would totally agree. If you're seeing long-term trends on the order of months or years, then absolutely that's going to play a role on Bitcoin. I'm just saying that as far as, hey, this is what happened today on the Dixie and this is what happened today on Bitcoin, those correlations, I personally would find it hard to see a causal link between those two. But I see what you're talking about how Bitcoin is up in the last couple of days, but reporting on the Dixie started again on March 28th and on the 29th, and it's gone down. So anyway, that's what I would say to that.
Yeah, we'll keep going on. James Bowler said, you learn in your 20s, you earn in your 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that makes,
I hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
I've started earning in my 20s, but hope maybe it goes up in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot Locke said, Smay, you had my accent. Jebb, can you give the audience your take on saying will happen or never happen when talking about anything crypto? I think it hurts my heart when it's said and the opposite happens. Okay.
Will happen or never happen? I've never
Smay,
heard
you
that
had my
phrase
accent.
before.
Jebb, you can give the audience... Oh, you can give the audience your take on saying it will happen or never happen when talking about anything crypto.
I'm
Hurts
not
my
sure.
heart's when it's said and it opposite happens. I don't know.
I'm not really sure what you're talking
Elliot,
about.
I might need a
I
clarification.
assume that's an expression, will happen or never happen, but I've never heard it before, so I don't really know what to tell you on that one.
know.
Oh, by the way, I haven't promoted one of the very important things that I have to promote. It's called the like button. You see me? You looking at me? I'm gonna pull a Smay on you real quick. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. We are looking. Okay, thank you. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can't get to 650 likes. It's not that far away. It's only 70 likes. I'm not asking for much. Come on, hit the like button. Maybe 700. Maybe we can stretch it and get 725. Okay. Let's do
I
it.
think if we hit 1,000 likes, I'll sing some more names. How about that?
Now that's a reason to like the video.
That's a good reason. Gorito Pele said, and now 3 remain. Faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Congratulations, Jebb and Sarah.
Hey, man, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I actually responded to that one in chat. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 through 8, and then 13 are very, very, very important verses, especially for anyone who's married or in a relationship or is trying to figure out how to love somebody else in a romantic or non-romantic way, because that is the true definition of love right there.
Last one I see here, Crypto Alchemist said, during large uptrends like this, should those with a DCA strategy continue to DCA as usual, or should I slide that money into USDC and wait for a dip?
I would personally continue dollar cost averaging, because the whole point of dollar cost averaging is removing the temptation to try and time the market. So if you stop dollar cost averaging so that you can time the market, then you kind of miss the point of why you're dollar cost averaging in the first place. So I wouldn't touch it. Don't mess with something that's working. Like, that's a mistake that we make all the time in crypto. I made a video on this, actually. I talked about this on the Sunday video. A lot of times we attack the golden goose because that's making us one golden egg, because we want to take the goose, we want to get like 10 golden eggs right now, but we don't want to have patience. Have patience. Let those dollar cost averaging strategy, let that run for a little while. Don't mess with something that's working. Dollar cost averaging is a wonderful foundation. And then, yeah, have more money on the side, or maybe lower your dollar cost averaging by 25% so that you have more cash on the side so that you can buy those dips. But I would leave your dollar cost averaging exactly where it is, so long as you are trying to continue building your crypto portfolio.
Well, Jebb, you have an announcement for us?
I do have an announcement for us, guys, and I got to tell you a story. So, when I was starting this channel, I had a very interesting life. I had big dreams, and I didn't really know how I was going to get there. I had a dream of building a $1 billion company and using it to help a lot of people. And then I came to the Lord, and that dream got added to, and that dream became build a $1 billion company and share the gospel with 1 billion people. I've had this word billion stuck on my mind for 4 years. I can't get it out of my head. It just rings in my head because I've been wanting for so long to use my life as a way to serve others. I want you to understand, I never started this channel for the sake of enriching myself. Now, of course, there are things that I needed to grow in, and I definitely needed a stable income. I started the channel when I was 17 years old, but I never started this for the sake of making me a lot of money. I want to be very clear on that. I started this channel because I thought I could help my dad, I thought I could help my friends, I thought I could help my family, I thought I could help my community, and I also thought I could help you guys. And sure, I've benefited from it, I've gained from it, but first and foremost, I don't own this company, God does. Only the law says I own McAfee Media, the company behind Crypto Jebb. I am not the owner, I'm the steward. The Lord owns this company, and I will do his bidding, his will. And so on September 23rd, 2018, I launched the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. It was phase 1 of a grand strategy to teach the world about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that I had planned to spend the next 20 years doing. I was 18 years and a month old the day CT2A launched. When CT2A launched, it had a ton of people sign up on day 1, and they loved it. It launched at $99. I discounted it down to $79. And people loved the Academy. And to date, we've had over 4,500 students go through the Academy in the last 3.5 years that it has been active. We have helped nearly 5,000 students learn the ropes of technical analysis so that they can go forth with the tool belt that they need to make money in the cryptocurrency space, to succeed in the cryptocurrency space and achieve something called financial sovereignty. And by the way, we're about to jump into Ethereum and Cardano here in a second, and we have some other discussions we want to do. But over the last year and a half, ever since I founded the company and we moved into an office and I hired 7 employees and now we're at 16 employees, we've had a dream to do bigger than CT2A. We love CT2A. CT2A is a wonderful product, but we want to do even more. And so it started as a project called Project X because we didn't know what we were going to call it. Later on, it became known in the background. We're talking at this point towards the end of 2020. So this is a long time ago we're talking about. This is October of 2020. We decided we're going to call it the Decentralized Academy, I think is what we were going to call it. Then we started working with a branding company about a year ago, and we decided it would be called Club Crypto. And we started working on it. We began developing a website. We started building the branding for it. Around the same time that you saw the new Crypto Jebb branding come out about 8 months ago, we were also finalizing the branding for this new project that we were working on. And then we decided we liked the name Club DeFi more, so about 3 months ago, we changed to that. And today is the launch, the soft launch, it's just an early sign up, of something that we've been working on for a year and a half, that we have put blood, sweat, and tears into, that about half the work in this entire company behind the scenes has been going into. And it's called Club DeFi, and it is here. Guys, check out my screen. This is an early adopters program for the next generation of our teaching. If you love CT2A, you're going to love this even more. This is the announcement, officially, that we've been looking forward to for the last year and a half of Club DeFi. Welcome to the club, guys. This is the early adopters program. Early access, you're going to be getting Club DeFi for $15 a month. No longer will you have to spend $400 on CT2A. For $15 a month, you're going to get access to all of the content in CT2A, recreated on our new sets with much better editing, much more structured. You're not only going to have me as a teacher, Tim's also a teacher, Kelly's a big teacher on Club DeFi. The first 200 seats are going to get that early adopters discount, so make sure you check out the link down below. This is going to be big. We have so many plans behind the scenes to take this thing to hundreds of thousands of people. We are going to revolutionize the education industry as a whole, especially in the cryptocurrency space, and we're going to do it with the experience that we have on this YouTube channel and with CT2A. We've already helped 4,500 students learn how to become technical experts in technical analysis in the cryptocurrency space, and we're about to do it with hundreds of thousands more, and it starts today. This is the official announcement that we've been waiting for the last 18 months. We've been working on this since October of 2020. That's how long this has been going. Sign up right now, and here's what you're going to get. $15 a month to the first 200 signups. You are going to be getting access to monthly webinars and weekly office hours. What does that mean? Well, a monthly webinar similar to the webinars we've done in the past. Weekly office hours, that basically means any questions you have about the course content and the teaching, we're going to be able to answer for you. And you're also going to be getting access to educational video content and community features. There's several hours of content on there right now. We are constantly creating new content. If you've heard anything about me or Tim or Kelly shooting content, you're like, what content did you shoot? I never saw it. We've been shooting course content for the last 6 months, guys. Zach, if you know Zach, definitely not high. Zach, he's been for the last 6 months doing nothing but editing content for Club DeFi, and all of it starts today. Only 200 seats are available right now, though, so join the club. The link's in the description box down below.
But people need to know also, so if you are already a CT2A member, you can apply to be one of those first 200 and get it for free. Another thing you know, if you purchase CT2A and you're wondering, oh no, what happens to my CT2A? CT2A is not dying. You will still have it. You will still have that for the rest of your life. The good news is this course is going to teach some of that stuff a little bit more in depth and go into more detail. We added some subjects. We're adding a trading course. And if I can just for a second just tell you guys the road it has been to bringing this. We just, full honesty here, we shot a bunch of videos, and this is the dedication that we want to how great this product is. We shot a bunch of videos, and half of them we went back and said, no, not good enough. Let's redo it.
Yep.
So that's why we want to do this a lot sooner, but we actually went back and redid stuff because we want to give you guys the best content, most educational, and also make it to a place where, again, it's a different format. The old one was you buy it once, you have it for your lifetime. This is a month. If it only takes you 1 month to go through, it'll take you 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you want to stay in the community and you want to engage, because that's the other cool thing is that we want to build a community where it's not just us teaching, it's you guys collaborating together, working together, being there for each other, helping answer the questions. We're going to be very interactive in that, constantly updating new videos, answering frequently asked questions with not just a text back, but actual videos saying, hey guys, these are the questions you guys keep asking. Let's go ahead and answer those. It is going to be phenomenal. It is what I have been pouring, again, the whole team, but like behind the scenes, when you guys ask, what do people do behind the scenes after the show's over? Zach, Kelly, Jebb, myself, Smate, we have been pouring ourselves day after day into this. So it is.
And we haven't been able to share it with you guys for a year and a half. We've been working on this for so long, and we keep accidentally saying Club. Be quiet. That's not launched yet. That's not announced yet, guys. I'm so excited. We've been working on this for so long. Listen, there are a lot more details that you're going to get as this thing comes to full launch. We're basically doing a beta launch right now. This is an early sign up before the beta, before the full launch. That's all going to be coming out over the next couple of months. Don't worry about, hey, what are the details? We're going to make sure you got all the details. That's not something you need to worry about. But really quickly, Kelly, I just want to ask your opinion on Club DeFi. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Cardano.
I mean, I think it's great. You know, it's of course, I went through when I first joined the company. I went through and I was auditing essentially the CT2A course that you guys that you all had already done, and we were initially trying to do a bit of a handbook from that. And of course, along with that process, we started very aggressively and methodically and trying to more effectively address all the stuff that you did in CT2A, but update it with all the knowledge that you've gained in the last 5 years, as well as having Tim's new knowledge and my knowledge. And, you know, we've even reached out to a couple other really high name analysts that are in the crypto sphere. And we have a lot of other people that are probably going to be joining here in the near future to add different courses. But yeah, you know, I've been working on a trading course because previously it's been all technical analysis, but I've been working on almost a 40 video trading course that goes everything from, okay, you have TA, but how do you address TA along with reading news and you know, market trade metrics like liquidation rates, funding rates, open interest, tying that together with on-chain data analytics, as well as looking at, you know, your RSI, your MACD, your patterns. How do you trade all that, tie all that together to make sure not only if something breaks out of a pattern, does that just because something breaks out of a pattern doesn't mean it's a good trade entry. So how do we tie all this knowledge together and make sure that anybody that goes through this course has every tool in their belt to make sure that they're making good trade entries, trade exits, but also practicing good risk management. And we try to go through it we go through it very methodically to make sure everybody has all the tools that they need. And I mean, I couldn't be more excited about this. And just so everybody knows, this isn't something that we're launching. And it's essentially a static thing that once you buy it, if you go through it, that's it. I mean, there's the office hours that, you know, Jebb and Tim and myself, we're going to be doing throughout the week, the webinars. And then in addition to that, we have courses that are scheduled out for the rest of the year that we're going to be adding to this regularly. And the biggest point about all this is, yes, the data is great, but more specifically, the thing I'm most proud about with this entire Club DeFi setup is the price point is so much lower. So so it's not a burden on somebody to get access to knowledge that can help change their life. You
know, the thing I love about that, Kelly, is that one of the big reasons why we wanted to build Club DeFi is because we looked at CT2A and we said, hey, look, we really want to help people that are just getting started in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And $400 is a big pill to swallow. But when we were doing it with a one-time payment, it had to be $400 or else CT2A would not be profitable. It's just the way business works, guys. We had to do it like that. But we never really liked that. That was something that has been irking me for a while. Is like, hey, I want to help the people that just got into crypto, but for this thing to actually work, it has to be that price for it to actually be profitable. That's just how one-time payment plans for e-learning courses work. That's the industry we're in. But when we went subscription, you can have 2 years of content for less price than that if you sign up now at $15 a month. So it's going to be a lot less to bite off for you. And just by the way, guys, we want to pour so much content into Club DeFi, and we already are, and it's going to be continually updated. We're going to have a cadence of course launches every single month, so look forward to that. Not just one course like CT2A. We're talking there's going to be dozens of videos coming out over the course of every quarter. What we want is we want to continually give you new educational content, and we really want to double down on those community features. That's why we love that word club so much. That's why the tagline of Club DeFi is join the club. We want you to be part of a community, because what I've found is that it's so much easier. I've learned this from YouTube. It's so much easier to learn when you have friends and allies on either side of you who are in this together and you're arm in arm and you just want to grow. And that's why we built Club DeFi, is because we want to see you succeed in the way that we've succeeded. It's our heart being poured out in the best way that we can find to serve you. And I really do believe that this is something that you're going to be very blessed by. I very much hope that's the case anyway. So with that said, don't worry about details. There's going to be all the details announced. That's all we're going to talk about Club DeFi for right now. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But for right now, I just want to give you a little bit of time Excuse me, I just want to give you a little bit of insight on Cardano. And actually, we're not going to look at Ethereum right now because I'm going to do the afternoon video on Ethereum more than likely. No guarantees, but I'm pretty sure the afternoon video is going to be on ETH. There's some things I want to talk about there. But briefly, let's talk about Cardano. You guys are very interested in Cardano, and then we'll come back to the Club DeFi conversation here a little bit later. Looking at Cardano, we can see that Cardano has broken above $1 recently, rallied all the way up to $1.20. It is currently sitting below $1.20. That is very significant because what that means is that we are currently sitting below critical resistance that we set on February the 8th and February the 10th. We need to get above that. Why? Because it's the exact same story as on Bitcoin. We had resistance set on February 8th and 10th here at $46,000. Bitcoin's above that at $47,600. If we look at Ethereum, we can see that it had resistance set on February the 10th here at $3,300. Is currently at $3,500. Cardano, on the other hand, had a massive drop, much bigger than what Ethereum and Bitcoin saw, so it had a lot more room to recover. It rallied in the span of just 13 days, 56%, but it still has not gotten above that February 10th high at $1.22. Cardano has rallied faster than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it needed to because it had farther to go. If Cardano is able to get above $1.22, that's going to be beautiful because it will be in the same breakout territory as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I want to show you out on the daily chart. I want to show you something LuxAlgo is telling us. Somebody in chat asked me earlier, they said, I will sign up for LuxAlgo if it called the downtrend on Cardano on September the 3rd. Well, it didn't call the downtrend on September the 3rd, but it did call it on September the 7th. I thought it said September the 6th, excuse me. But September the 7th, LuxAlgo called the downtrend on Cardano right here, September the 7th, and it stayed in a downtrend until this date, December 27th. LuxAlgo was extremely accurate in this case. Negative 48% in 111 days, and this sell signal called it. If you're wondering why I'm not counting these, it's because the trend catcher did not turn green. As you can see right here, that's this line. That means that this sell signal was not confirmed. I have a perfectly consistent methodology in using LuxAlgo. If the trend catcher does not change to the color of the signal, then the signal is invalid. So both of these signals are invalid. This strong buy signal is invalid. Therefore, this sell signal is basically just a continuation of this one. So all of this is null and void. We did see a confirmed buy signal right here. Barely lasted any time at all. Then we went into a downtrend. Buy signal barely lasted any time at all. These are not invalid, but they were not very confident, so I wouldn't have put a lot of stock in these at the time, and at the time I didn't. The next time we saw an actual proper buy signal on LuxAlgo on Cardano was over here on March the 21st. So discounting all of these really weak buy and sell signals, which if you know how to read LuxAlgo and you realize it's not just an indicator you follow blindly, then with just a little bit of technical experience, you could have predicted, LuxAlgo more or less called a 70% downtrend that lasted 200 days. LuxAlgo is a phenomenal technical indicator. If you haven't gotten it, you definitely should. Links in the description box down below. This buy signal is huge because if we look at some of the previous confirmed buy signals on LuxAlgo, we can see one right here. We had the buy signal on the 26th of July. It got confirmed on the 10th of August, so that's where we measure from. 95% rally right there. We see the same thing happen over here May the 4th or so, May the 5th. We saw that the market rallied 60% in 12 days. So we can see that buy signals on LuxAlgo's, on Cardano's chart are very powerful. But it's not just the buy and sell signals we have to look at. We also want to look at the reversal zones. The red reversal zone, the resistance reversal zone up here is very, very powerful, and we've actually managed to push up to it. This could tell us two things. One, it could say that Cardano needs a correction, maybe down to $1 because we're testing the reversal zone. Or two, you could read this and say, okay, great, we're actually touching the reversal zone, the bearish reversal zone, which we haven't done since August, which means that the market is bullish, more bullish right now on Cardano than it has been since August. So there's a lot in play on Cardano right now. I would encourage you to look at LuxAlgo, look at some other technical indicators such as the 3-daily chart, MACD, and RSI, but I do think that there is a massive opportunity on Cardano. And by the way, the last thing I'll mention here is that Cardano has just witnessed a 3-daily chart buy signal, which if you've watched our analysis on Bitcoin, you know is very powerful on Bitcoin. But for Cardano, you can see the last 3 times we saw confirmed buy signals on the 3-daily chart for Cardano, we rallied 282%. We rallied, as you can see right here, 1,529%, and we rallied 105%. LuxAlgo is giving us a strong buy signal on Cardano, and I am inclined to believe that it is accurate. With that said, let's go ahead and read some super chats or just some regular chats having to do with the Club DeFi launch. Full screen.
All right, let's see here. We have one from Colin Arjun saying, what are your thoughts on Cody and its price action?
What are my thoughts on Cody and its price action? I haven't looked at Cody's price action recently. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to. Look at that today. But thank you so very much for that super chat.
I thought we had another one that I'm not finding it, but I could have sworn there was another one that came in. Maybe I'm wrong. I know so in chat, there's a lot of people very excited saying they're signing up already. Here's a question that maybe you don't even know the answer to, and we'll have to get to Shannon. But someone did ask if they signed up and haven't gotten an email back yet, should they be expecting an email very quickly, or should they wait for it?
So here's one of the cool things about Club DeFi. Whenever we interact with you, there's two different ways that you can do emails. Just so you know, this is the back end of the way businesses work. Now, first and foremost, I am not the person that's directly managing the launch of Club DeFi. Now, I'm announcing it on the channel, obviously. I'm the CEO of the company, but Shannon, our Chief Marketing Officer, is actually over it. So those are questions that I'll bring to him, and I'll make sure I can bring to you tomorrow. But to the best of my knowledge, what you're seeing there is that we are not doing automatic email responses to you. We're actually going to be individually emailing you, and we're going to be hand-selecting 200 people, because if we get 400 people sign up for the early access, we're only taking 200 seats. So we're going to only take 200 people. So you're going to get responded to. Don't worry about that. But it might not happen immediately, because we're going to be doing it individually, and we're going to try and do it as personally as we possibly can. So stay tuned. We're not missing anything. We're not missing your emails. Don't worry about that, guys. Everything's going to go perfectly fine.
Yeah, and in case anyone's wondering what that link is, TZ keeps posting that in chat. And
yes.
So Ted, if you
and it's at the top of the description.
Case, so people see it. Yes, top description. Let's see. And anyone watching back later, yeah, it should be in the description.
Refresh so if it's not in the description. Just refresh your page.
It's cryptojebb.com, cryptojebb.clickfunnels.com, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Corey just said, signing up Friday. Thoughts on crypto gaming, play to earn, and where niche market caps could go. The first thing you should know, Corey, especially looking at the response, there's a chance that it won't still be open on Friday.
Yeah, we are probably going to fill those.
It's only 200 people.
It's only 200 people for right now. That is, that's probably, I mean, to be honest with you, we might already have 200 signups by the time this stream is over. So you should probably move quickly and get signed up for that early access, because we're only taking so many seats right now. There will be a full launch, and it'll be open to everybody in a few months. But if you want to get into it sooner rather than later,
this is an early access beta testing phase, so it's 200 people.
Yes.
But there will soon be the official big launch, open to the public, everybody join. So if you miss out on this early access, just hang tight. The official launch is around the corner. So.
Yeah.
Guys, almost half of the resources of our entire company over the last year and a half have been put into Club DeFi, just so you know. So this is a big deal. Like, there's a lot going in. You guys are going to love this. This is going to be great.
There has, and people are going to think we're joking, literally been blood, sweat, and tears.
Taylor Warren, who is our customer service representative, customer service manager, who is in charge of taking a lot of those just said 150 have already signed up. So those seats are going fast. If you want to sign up for Club DeFi, make sure to check it out down below. And by the way, just so you guys know, full disclosure, we've never done a big launch like this. So if there's a little hiccup or two, please bear with us. This is very important to us that everything goes well, and we're going to do our very best, and we're going to work very hard to make sure that this is all working very, very well. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, you know what time? It's time for it, Jebb. And we'll go back to chat here in a little bit after, but it's time for Tuesday price predictions.
Yep.
So, the other three are locked in. Jebb, it is your guess first. Smay is reigning champ. He holds the Hall Trophy. You want to show, for anyone who's new, do you want to show them what the Hall Trophy looks like? What we compete for is every Tuesday we make predictions on what Bitcoin will look like Friday at 10:25.
I'm gonna go the big box.
You're gonna go to the 4. Nice.
All right, you guys are all on camera.
There we go.
You got me right when I was in the middle of the stretch.
I know.
There we go.
And just so you guys know, the reason why I have to warn them is because they'll be like picking their nose and all this stuff when I'm not on them. So I have to like very loudly say, "Hey, you're about to be seen."
But Kelly, that was good, good form.
Yeah, it was
good stretching form.
You know,
you're just doing overhead press. I love it.
I'm the old man. I'm the old man in the office. I'm 38, so I got to stretch out.
You're
these
38.
bones,
I thought you were like 33.
You know what?
I thought you were 25.
You know what? I act like it sometimes.
Kelly, buddy, you don't look a day past 70.
Ooh,
you know, it's funny. It's crazy. We got a lot of March birthdays. Taylor's birthday was on March 1st.
March 10th.
Mine was on March 9th. Your wife's on 10th. Tim's was yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of March birthdays.
Pisces, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Jebb,
let's see here. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say $51,500.
51,000.
Oh, Jebb's a highball today.
I am. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
That's really this is gonna be.
So
fun.
me and Tim were over here fighting for that spot.
Yeah.
And now we both had to change ours.
We
so
did.
now
So
you just kind of landed firmly in between
texted
us.
me Smay and I both said 52, and so we both changed ours.
Okay.
So Smay, what is your prediction?
Mine is
I'm the low guy today.
You're the low guy.
mine is 53.
Oh man.
Smay went up to 53. I went back to the chart and said, you know what? I'm going to get a little more reasonable. I said 50,300. Although I do think, like, I really like Jebb's price. I was really close to saying 51.2 or something.
I chose 51. I originally changed. So when I was going to let him have 52, I went to 51. Then he decided to go lower than me to go to 50.
No. I thought, okay, would you rather have me not just surprise you? I thought it was fair since you changed, I would let you know that I changed as well.
No, I appreciated that you told me.
Yeah.
But
I was being a good friend.
I was a little bit frustrated that you changed even lower
being a
than
good
me.
friend.
My whole point
Hey
was
man,
to be
we
right
need
below
to
you.
write it down, and nobody should be allowed to change. And if there's a $10 difference, that's how it is, you know.
No,
That's
we
what I'm
had
saying.
the exact same. We both said 52,000 exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no sharing the Huddle Trophy. That's not how competition
Oh,
works.
okay. Yeah.
This isn't soccer.
But here's the thing. Whenever there's a tie, here's what we need to do. We need to set this as a precedent, a rule. Whenever there's a tie, right? What we have to do is we flip a coin who gets to change, because somebody has to stay at that price. Or else it does become.
we had to come
or
up
else,
with the
or else
fix
it's just
today
like
on
the
this.
hand game where I'm just gonna keep putting it on.
But
top.
the only problem, yeah. So you're right. But the whole problem is that it's if only one person changes. I think like both people should be allowed to change, but not tell each other to change from here on out, because you could just say you could have said 51,999.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
And yeah.
But if I won the coin toss, I get that right.
So what's everybody's prices?
All right, the final is just so everyone knows. I'll read from highest to lowest. Smay is the highest at 53,000. Jebb is in second place with 51,500. Tim is 50,300, and Kelly is the lowest at 49,630. Honestly, I think there's a good scenario in which case all four of those guesses are very good guesses. They're very good predictions. This might be another week where all of us are right at one point or another.
Might be.
But we'll see. Let us know in chat and comments down below who you agree with, if you disagree with all four of us, and what your prediction is. We'd love to hear.
We had 1,000 likes.
I was about to say, we hit 1,000 likes, and you told us we'd hear some more of that country singing.
All right, boys. Let me.
Let's see
West
this.
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Gosh.
What the heck?
Okay.
Hold on.
Man.
Dang it! I was trying to do something fancy. Hold on. Let me do this.
Do you want me to do some super chats?
No,
while you
no,
prepare
I got it.
yourself? Okay.
I got it.
Oh, the slow fade.
I'm gonna read some names. Let's go. We got Tyler McNett and Shannon Sharp. We got Robert Casanova and TZ. That's a start. We got Matt Fritz in the chat today. We got Ari Azad. We got Diamond Sauce and Mr. Either Robert Warner. And we got some more right now. We got up a tap to sing. and we got Brad Goddle and Cyrus. And we got Phil the Flying Frenchman and Ronald Moon and Andy Lee and
Bobo.
Moochie's 14 and Unsavory Flint. I love you all. You make me want to go dance at a ball. And I want to thank you all for joining the stream today and liking it.
With the eyes closed.
Sing to us about joining the club, Smay.
And if you're wanting to learn about cryptocurrency, you should join the club with me.
There you go. Okay. I guess we got a
gosh.
jingle. We have a jingle for the
gosh.
club, guys. Dang, that's a launch right there.
Well, let's get we got a couple super chats. Matt
God.
C, member for 8 months, Jebb Grand Master, said congrats to Crypto Jebb team for this amazing development.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
so
to be a
much.
part of Club DeFi.
We can't wait to have you there, Matt C.
We also had a 400 euro
Wow.
donation, 399.99. I mean, it's not cents. What is the cent equivalent of a euro?
100th
I
of a
don't know.
euro. I have no
Hi,
idea.
Jebb. Do you agree that each first day of a new month, new fresh money enters the market as well, and all cryptos go up as well? So from my point of view, it looks very good for coins like Cardano, especially because of the recent rise. It has been stable so far towards the end of this month. Your thoughts? Kind regards, Nick.
Well, thank you, first of all, so much for that massive donation. That is incredibly generous of you. As far as money entering on the first day of the new month, I haven't seen that much. Now, maybe I'm just not seeing it, but what I've seen the most as far as timing is there is a slight trend of new money entering at the beginning of the month, but a lot of times it's on Fridays because people get their paychecks on Fridays. So that's when I've normally seen it, is on Fridays. If you're looking at a specific day, it's normally Friday towards the end of the day. So if you're dollar cost averaging, ideally you want to buy on Friday early in the day because that's when the price is statistically the lowest, is what I'd say.
Yeah, and I think we have one more super chat that from Cryptopher saying go to the club.
Go to the club, yes.
Go to the club.
Go to the club. The link's in the description box down below. I think we've already got over 200 people sign up. So, by the way, we fully expected more than 200 people to sign up, so we're going to handpick who's going to be in the beta based on who signed up. So, you can still sign up. It's not like it's closed, so make sure you sign up and you still have a chance to be in the beta.
I would like to just close out. So I have some special requests here, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them what they want, what the people want. Tal Hogozar is my favorite lad. If you want to learn about crypto, then join my clan. Thank you.
I don't
Club.
Yeah, let's say club.
Let's say club. Let's keep it on brand. Club DeFi.
I tried.
Okay.
All right. I just want to give a shout out to the best name in chat. We have an incredible name in chat, and you sang it earlier. Phil the Flying Frenchman.
Yes.
That's an amazing name. That is such a good
wonder
name.
if he's a pilot.
I don't know. What if he's just Superman and we didn't know that Superman was actually French?
Oh, my favorite name in chat.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Jebb.
Gosh.
My favorite name in chat, and he's in here all the time, but I just, every time I see his name, it just makes me giggle, is Bobo the Crypto Hobo.
I know, I love that.
That'll get you.
Well, Bobo actually sent me a wedding gift, so thank you, Bobo. Thank you, Bobo. Thank you, Bobo. I appreciate that. I'm reading that book that you sent me, the first of the two you sent me, so thank you so very much for that.
Bobo!
Shout out to my wife, Sarah. Well, good deal, guys. This is going to be a very exciting couple of months as Club DeFi comes fully online. The full launch will be in a little while. We don't know the exact date yet, and we haven't announced the exact date yet, but the beta is starting, so sign up with the link in the description box. I do believe we've already had 200 people sign up. Like we said, we will be selecting people based on that. So sign up. You can check the link down below, and Club DeFi will be fully launching in the next couple of months, and you're not going to want to miss the things that we are launching. This is going to revolutionize the education of the cryptocurrency industry. We're about to be the leaders in education in this entire $2 trillion market. So stay tuned, because that's where we're going, because that's what we've been building, because that's the calling we have, and because we have your support. So thank you so very much for that. I just want to remind you, the reason that we do what we do is not to enrich ourselves. It's to help you. This was never about Jebb McAfee. It never was. When we founded the channel, when I founded the channel, I decided when the channel went from 5 subscribers to 7 subscribers on a stone bench at Santa Fe College under a live oak tree, while I was waiting to go be a cashier at Barnes & Noble, making $8.25 an hour, I decided while I was looking at my YouTube Studio app that I would never say I would say we, because those 5, then 7 subscribers were not myself. They were someone else. This is a community. It was never about me. It was always about we, and that is only going to be exemplified even more through this new launch. That's why we've been working on it so hard. That's why we care so much. That's why we fought very hard to get the price down. The price was going to be quite a bit higher. We've brought it down significantly so that we can serve you and bring down the barrier to entry, because we believe that education is one of the most important investments you will ever make in your entire life. The best investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself, not just through education, but also through your disciplines, also through your identity, also through your confidence. But what we want to help you with is we want to help educate you, give you community, and give you wisdom based on our combined over 10 years experience working in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency markets to teach you what we know so that you can go forth and be successful. Join the club. The link's in the description box down below. I cannot wait to see some of the success stories coming out of Club DeFi that we've been watching out of CT2A for the last 4 years. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get ready, because this next year is going to be absolutely awesome. And it's all going to benefit you and the community. Before I go, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching. As always, join the club, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.